Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is lesson 1.2c under factorization. We are still looking at algebra. So this is the third type of factorization. We looked at factorizing by common factor, factorizing by grouping. Now this is C, which is factorizing quadratic expressions. Okay, not quadratic equations, but just expressions. Now, any quadratic expression is in the form of ax² plus bx plus c. Not is equals to 0. When you add is equals to 0, it ceases to be a quadratic expression. It becomes an equation. Okay, where a here, b, c are constant numbers, are just numbers. All right, are just numbers. So you have to make sure you know what is in front of a variable squared. It may not be x, it may be y, k, whichever variable they may use. Now, you should take note that for a quadratic to be deemed correct, the value of a shouldn't be 0. It can be negative or positive, but not 0. C is the constant. Okay, it's the constant. B is also a number in front of a variable to the power 1. There is an invisible one here. So take note of this. Now, how can you factorize a quadratic expression in this form? It's not easy as in saying it's direct, like you factorize the common factor or grouping. You can't group because there are only how many terms? 3 terms, okay? You can only group them when you have at least 4 terms, right? Okay. Now, there are steps that you need to consider to factorize in order to factorize a quadratic expression. Are we together? Yes. So, the first step is that you find the product of A and C. So the number which is in front of x² here is A, the constant is C, you multiply them, the answer you're going to find is the first step. You find that answer first, right? Okay? After finding, by the way, a product is a number, is an answer or a number given after multiplying, eh? Good. Then after finding that product, what do? Find 2 factors of the product. Of the same product, 2 factors of the product whose sum is b. This English is okay. You need to understand this English. It means that those 2 factors of the product, let's say product is, let's say 4i. Let's say 4. You need to find 2 factors of 4. When you multiply them, they should give you 4. When you add them, it should give you b, the sum b. The number, whichever number is here. Are we together? Yes, you're going to enjoy it anyway. It may not sound simple to you, but it is very simple with practice. Okay? Now, after finding those 2 factors, what do? You replace b here, this part, this term, with those 2 factors. Then you have how many terms when you replace with 2 factors? You have 1, those 2 factors, 2, 3, and 4. You have 4 terms. Then you can factorize by what? Grouping. Simple. The purpose of doing this is to split this b so that we can factorize by group. Exactly. By grouping. Yes, this is what I was saying. Now factorize by grouping. Simple. Aye. Yes, simple. Let's look at it, an example. This example is coming from, okay, I'll not say the year, but it's an examination question, right? Okay, we'll just answer two examples, they need exercise. Then we'll look at the last part, which is factorizing by difference of 2 squares, which is the most commonly asked question in the exam. Difference of 2 squares. So these are the examples. We have a 2x² minus x minus 15. Now, before you even factorize this, you should know that they are quadratic expressions, correct. Quadratic expressions. Now, how do you know that they are quadratic expressions? There is ax squared minus bx minus c. Are we together? Are you seeing this? So this is it's in the form of ax squared plus bx plus what? Plus c. So any quadratic expression must be in the form of this. Okay? Now, you can factorize this by grouping. You can group these two, but how about this one? Now, do you have what is common throughout? You can't even factorize by common factor. Are we together?
Yes.
So, like I said, the first step is saying find the product of A and C. A and what?
C.
C. So, according to this, what is A?
2.
So, let me just write here product I, so that you understand. Product A times what? C. So, what is A?
2.
2. What is C? Negative what? Get with its sign. So what is the product? What is the positive times negative?
Negative.
2 times 15. So the product is what? 30. All together?
Yes.
The product is 30. Now, the sum is B, right? Sum is B. Now what is B? Negative
1.
1. Very correct. Negative 1. Now, this question becomes interesting. What are the two factors of 30? When you multiply them, they should give you 30. When you add them, it should give you negative 1. Don't think of bigger numbers. Alright, first check. Numbers that can go into 30, you have 1, 2 can go into 30, 3 can go into 30, 4 can't go into 30 without leaving a remainder. 5 can go into 30, 6 can go into 30, 10 can go into 30, right?
Yes.
15 can go into 30, and 30 is what itself. Now, check. Get two factors of 30. When you multiply them, they should give you 30. Alright? 2. When you multiply two numbers, when you multiply them, it should give you 30. When you add them, it should give you negative 1. When you get 1 and 30, it is still 31 times 30.
Yes.
Now there's no way 1 and 30 can give you negative 1. No way. Check. How about 5 and 6? Let's try 5 and 6, right?
Yes.
Forget about the signs. Forget about the what? The signs. So let's try 5 and 6. Check. Both are negative. This is negative 30. This is negative 1. Meaning one of these is what? Negative. Not both. When both are negative, this would have been what? Positive. Okay? And for us, when you add, for us to be given negative, meaning the bigger factor was it's a bigger factor that was negative. Let's try them out.
Yes.
Okay? What is 5 times negative 6? Okay? What is 5 plus negative 6? What is positive plus negative?
Negative.
5 minus 6?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. You see? So, the factors are 5 and negative
6.
Good. Very good. 5 and negative 6. So, you need to be familiar with that. The only way you can be good at this is by practicing. Look at the number of questions. For number of questions, then you try to factorize by using this. Don't be lazy using the formula. By using what? The formula. So, we now have those factors. What is the next step? We replace B with those two factors, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to copy this the way it is as 2x what? Squared. Then somebody may ask, which one am I, sorry, it's negative y. Which one am I starting with? You can start with any factor, right?
Yes.
Me, I will just start with 5. 5, but remember to add an x, whichever variable is there.
Yes.
5x, and that one is negative, so it will be just minus what? 6.
X.
Oh, it's minus I. minus what? 15. Now we have how many terms? 4. We can factorize by grouping. Okay? So, do you have what is common between the first two terms? Yes, exactly.
Yes.
The last two? Yes, there is 3, right?
Yes.
So let's factorize by what? By grouping. So what in terms of number, 2 can't go into 5 and you don't have any factor. The numbers can go into both 2 and 5. So you just write x, right? Next, don't write x squared, you write the x which has a lower what power. So we're going to get this one, got to get this one because this one got to go here. But this one can go exactly. So x into x squared will remain with how many x? 1, eh? So it's to be 2 what?
X.
2x. This x and this x will cancel,
Yes.
but then don't cancel them. Just know that it's just 1. Then you just remain with what? 5. Are we together?
Yes.
So whatever we're going to do, this side in brackets should be 2x plus what?
5.
Or else we're doing something. We're doing it what wrong, right?
Yes.
Exactly. What? Negative is common, right?
Yes.
So minus. Do you have a number which can go into 6 and 15?
Yes.
The highest common factor of 6 and 15? Let me say multiple. Why?
Yes.
It's what? 3. 3, okay. Then negative into negative.
Positive.
3 into 6?
2.
2. 2 what?
X.
2x. Negative divided by negative? So if you know, when you become a pro, I know you will. After writing this, you can just copy as long as you did something correct here. After writing the fact here, let me not teach you bad manner. But see, that's the way to go. That is the shortcut, eh?
Yes.
This is paper 1. After writing what is common here, you can just copy whatever is there. Mathematics is simple. 5, right?
Yes.
Then from here, just write one of. Now we have 2 terms. You can factorize by common factor. Yeah, we have this side and this side. So what is common is 2x plus what?
5.
So 2x plus 5. In other words, just write this one of these expressions that in the brackets. One of them. Then this one. Now if you make a bracket, you write it like this. Then minus what? 3. And this is the
Answer.
the answer. But if it was an equation, it would have been is equals to 0, is equals to 0. From here you split that.
Yes.
This is equals to 0 or this is equals to 0, then you solve y.
Yes.
That is an equation, but these are not equations. This is an expression. So that is the answer. Can give you time to copy. The second example is similar to the first one. Okay, so the question is x squared minus 2x minus 8. We are asked to factorize. So, according to the question and what we know, first we need to find the product, right?
Yes.
Okay, the product of A and C. What is A? An invisible what? There is 1, right? What is C? Neg what? Negative 8. What is 1 times negative 8? Negative 8 itself, right? So the product is negative 8. And the sum is always B, right?
Yes.
And what is B? Sum is B, and B is negative 2. Are we together? Okay, negative 2. So we need to find the factors of what? The factors of 8. 2 factors of 8. When you multiply them, it should give you negative 8, and when you add them, it should give us negative what? 2. Both are negative. So what should tell you that the bigger factor is the one that is what? Negative. Now what if this was negative and this one positive? It means the smaller factor, the smaller number on the 2 factors It's the one that is negative.
Yes.
Alright?
Yes.
Because according to this, we found 5 and negative what?
6.
Negative 6. Eh? When you add, it will be negative 1. Okay? But if this one is negative, the factor b will be positive. But the product will still be negative, right?
Yes.
Good. So, what are the factors of 8? 1. Okay, so 1, 2, and 8 is so. Now let's get 2 factors, right? So which one do you think are the factors? Which 2 I mean? 2 and D?
4.
2 and 4. Both are negative product and sum. So it means that this one should be what?
Negative.
Negative, the bigger with the 4i.
Yes.
So that's 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 2 plus negative 4 is 2. Negative what? 2.
2.
So we do, we split b, right? This one I. So we're going to write x squared. This here, let me start with negative. Let me start with negative. But you can start with n. But I like positive. And let me start with negative. Negative what? Negative 4 x plus 2 x, then this one,
Yes.
which is negative
8.
8, okay? There is something common here,
Yes.
even here, right?
Yes.
Good. So factorize by grouping. What is common here? X, right? X into x squared.
X.
Exactly. There's a positive here.
Yes.
Positive divided by negative.
Negative.
X into x remains what?
4.
Okay. So whatever we're going to do here in brackets, we have x minus
4.
Good. So what is common here? 2. Then you can just write these,
Yes.
like this. Simple. Oh, let's try it. 2 there is x,
Yes.
2 there negative.
4.
Good. Then we factorize by common factor. We write x minus what? 4 open bracket, x plus 2. Simple. The key is here. Okay?
Yes.
That's where the issue is when it comes to factorizing quadratic expressions. Okay, so you can copy. So there is a trick when it comes to finding the answer, the product, and what. So this trick only works when the value of a is 1. Okay. So when you look at this one, the value of a is 2. This one, the value of a is 1. So this trick can work for this one. Now, what is the trick? When you find the two products, that is 2 and negative 4. Okay? Just you can know the final answer before you even do you factorize here by grouping, you do whatever, you can even know the final answer. So these are the answers. Okay? These are the answers before you even proceed. Since this is positive here, just add the x, then positive 2, like this. Then this is negative, so it will be x minus 4, like this. Check, it's the same as this. Positioning doesn't matter. You can start with x plus 2 or x minus 2, whichever. Okay, as long as the answers are just the same. Okay, so this trick only works when the value of a is 1. Okay, but you don't just show me by writing the factors. Then from there you just copy like this. No. I'm just showing you that you can know your final answer before you even replace, before you even factorize. Okay? Okay? So you can know. Okay, so there is a trick for when again there is a trick for this where the value of a is not 1. but I'm not going to show you right now. It's for another day. Okay, it's one trick at a time. So that is it. That is the issue. So let's go to the exercise. Okay, so this is your work. This is your work. You have to factorize all these quadratic expressions. So there's some where there is this one where you need to apply other principles before you factorize. Okay, you know how to do such questions. Okay, so all the best. This is your work. The next and the last lesson on under factorization, which is D, will be factorizing by common difference of two squares. Difference of two squares. From there, we'll go to application. Then we are done with factorization. Then we go to addition and subtraction and multiplication, division and multiplication of algebraic fractions. There we can say bye-bye to algebra, and we'll go to the new topic. This week we need to be done with algebra.